Good afternoon, everyone. I am Byongko Jaoan, the last reporter, and I am going to discuss the two types of sanitizing, cleaning kitchen premises, and the safety practices in the kitchen. So first, let's tackle about the two types of sanitizing methods. So first is the heat. So there are three methods of using heat to sanitize surfaces. First is hot water, steam, and hot air. First is the hot water. So this is the most common method used in restaurant. Hot water is restaurants use very hot water to kill germs. So if using a sink, the water should be at least 1710 Fahrenheit or 77 Celsius. In dishwashing machines, should use water at 1800 Fahrenheit or 82 Celsius or 1750 Fahrenheit or 74 Celsius for some machines. So items must be soaked for at least 30 seconds. Next, Next is the steam. So steam cleaning effectively trades heat for chemicals without sacrificing strength. When used correctly, steam can quickly kill 99.9% of germs and bacteria. So the use of steam to sanitize surfaces is a safe, healthy, eco-friendly, and all-natural way to clean your home. So it is a natural and safe way to clean surfaces. So the last one is hot air. So hot air is the final method of using heat. The application of hot air at 180 degree Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. The second types of sanitizing methods is chemicals. So chemicals is chlorine, iodine, and quaternary ammonium are examples of approved sanitizer. So the effectiveness of chemical sanitizer is influenced by three factors. The first one is concentration. Too little amount of sanitizer will result in an inadequate reduction of harmful microorganisms. Too much of this can be also be toxic. So concentration is the strength or level of the sanitizers in the solution. This is important because too little or too much sanitizers can affect the effectiveness and safety of the process. If the concentration of the sanitizer is too weak, it won't be effective in killing harmful microorganisms. On the other hand, using too much sanitizers can be harmful. So the ideal concentration is each sanitizer has a recommended concentration, which is usually specified on the label. So this balance ensures that sanitizer is strong enough to kill harmful microorganisms but safe for use in food preparation. Next is temperature. So in general, chemical sanitizer work best in water that is between 55 Fahrenheit or 13 Celsius and 120 Fahrenheit or 49 Celsius. So temperature of the water used with the sanitizer can significantly affect how well the sanitizer work. So the last one is contact time. So the clean item must be in contact with the sanitizer, either heat or approved chemical for the recommended length of time to kill the microorganism. So contact time is the amount of time that sanitized surface or items need to stay in contact with the sanitizer to effectively kill microorganism. So to ensure the sanitation process is effective, you need to balance these three factors. So which is the proper concentration, which ensures that the sanitizer is strong enough to kill microorganisms without being harmful. Second is the temperature should be within the ideal range so that the sanitizers works at its maximum potential. Lastly is the contact time with ensures that the sanitizer stays in contact long enough to fully neutralize harmful microorganisms. Now let's talk about the cleaning kitchen premises. So the kitchen should be the cleanest part of the house since this is the place where the food is prepared every day. Cleaning the kitchen regularly is important not only to keep it looking at its best but also to remove all the germs and bacteria that accumulate in the kitchen during the food preparation. The following are effective and easy ways of cleaning your kitchen premises. First is gather and prepare all cleaning supplies and equipment before you start cleaning. This will prevent waste of time searching for any tool or supply in between your cleaning time. This step prevents you from wasting time looking for cleaning tools or supplies while you're in the middle of cleaning. Having everything ready ensures you can work more efficiently and avoid unnecessary interruptions. Second is prepare the sink with a solution of hot water and dishwashing detergent for soaking your utensils and cutlery, soaking them in the best way to remove easily food stains and dirt. So soaking utensils, dishes, and cutlery in hot, soapy water helps to loosen food stains and dirt. This makes washing them easier and reduces scrubbing time, especially for tough food stains. Third is take all the clean leftover food and keep them in the refrigerator properly. Gather next the clean utensils and glassware and return them to the cabinet. Separate the clean utensils from the soiled ones to avoid wasting the effort of cleaning those already clean. This saves time, money, and effort. So storing leftovers properly in the fridge helps avoid food spoilage and minimize waste. It's also important to remove food scraps from the kitchen to prevent pests and odor. So, keeping clean and dirty items separate ensures that you don't accidentally wash something that already clean. This saves time and avoids unnecessary effort while cleaning. So by focusing on the soiled items, you're more organized and efficient. So the fourth one is get a trash bag and gather all dirt, food leftovers, spoiled food, and other trash scattered around the sink, kitchen tables, countertops, and on the floor. It is good practice to get rid of all these clutters before you start cleaning. So before you start the cleaning process, gather up all the trash including food scraps, spoiled food, and other debris around the kitchen. This prevents dirt from spreading while you're cleaning and clears the space for a more effective and cleaning session. Fifth is gather all plates, cups, utensils, pans, and scrape them of food particles and leftovers, and place them into the trash before soaking them in the hot soapy water. Scraping leftover food of plates and utensils before soaking or washing helps prevent food waste in your sink and ensures better cleaning by avoiding large food particles clogging the drain. Six is while the plates, cups, and other utensils are soaked in hot soapy water, go through the kitchen countertops, tables, and kitchen appliances and start cleaning them. Use a soapy sponge or all-purpose cleaner to remove food particles, grease, and stains. Have a schedule for cleaning your appliances like the oven, refrigerator, microwave, coffee maker, blender, and other kitchen appliances to get rid of foul odor. Use baking soda to clean them. So once your dishes are soaking, clean the countertops, the kitchen tables, wipe down appliances like the stove, refrigerator, microwave, and blender. So using soapy sponge or all-purpose cleaner to remove grease, stains, and food debris. So regular cleaning of appliances like this is essential for hygiene and prolonging their life. So using baking soda on appliances helps eliminate odors as it absorbs unwanted smells. 7 is go back to your soaked dishes and wash them using a soapy sponge. Rinse well and dry them off before keeping them in their storage cabinet or drawers. So after your dishes have soaked for a while in hot soapy water, scrub them with sponge. Be sure to rinse thoroughly to remove soap. So dry the dishes immediately to prevent water spots or bacteria grow and store them properly in their designated spot. So 8 is quickly vacuum and sweep the floor. Be sure to remove all fallen dirt, crumbs, cream, and even food spills and stains if there are some. So when done, mop the floor with soapy water or mild detergent with hot water. Sweeping or vacuuming the floor helps collect crumbs, dirt, and debris that may have fallen during food preparation or cleaning. Keeping the floor clean prevents slipping accidents and ensures no dirt accumulates in corners or under appliances. So after sweeping or vacuuming, mopping the floor with soapy water or mild detergent help remove any remaining stains, spills, or grime. So it's important to use hot water to disinfect the surface and remove grease or sticky substances that may have built up. 9 is gather the trash bag and place it properly outside for the garbage collector. Be sure to seal properly your trash to prevent it from being scattered around. So seal and dispose of the trash properly outside to keep the kitchen clean. Sealing the trash bag is important to prevent any smells or pests from getting into the kitchen. 10 is sanitize your kitchen by spraying air fresheners around the kitchen. Spray pesticides to areas where cockroaches and rats lurk around. So use air fresheners to leave a pleasant smell and spray pesticides in areas where pests like cockroaches and rats may hide. So these steps helps maintain a clean, odor-free kitchen and prevents unwanted critters from infesting the area. 11. Lastly, gather all your cleaning materials and place them properly in the storage areas. So once everything is clean, it's essential to store your cleaning materials in an organized manner. Keeping your cleaning supplies in designated storage areas prevents clutter and ensures they are easily accessible when needed. So by following this cleaning routine, you ensure your kitchen remains sanitary, safe, and organized. It reduces the risk of contamination, keeps your kitchen looking nice, and ensures food safety. So the process also saves time and energy by keeping things orderly, preventing unnecessary work, and helping maintain the longevity of kitchen appliances and tools. And now, let's tackle about the safety practices in the kitchen. So, cooking is part of homemaking activities. Many of us love to cook. Working in the kitchen from morning until night may pose danger or hazard to the cook. There are many pieces of equipment and environmental hazards that are extremely dangerous, such as sharp knives, electrical appliances, and open fires by the oven. In this situation, observing safety rules in the kitchen is a good working habit to develop. To prevent serious accidents or injuries, always pay attention to what you are doing. Adopt a plan for kitchen cleanliness and have the necessary equipment at your disposal. Children should never be left alone in the kitchen. So the kitchen is known to be the most dangerous place in the house because many home accidents happen here. Burns, cuts, slides, and obstructions are common accidents that happen because of the carelessness and disorderliness in the kitchen area. So the following are some of the basic The following are some of the basic rules of kitchen safety. First is store knives in a wooden block or a drawer. Make sure that the knives are out of the reach of children to prevent injury. Knives should be stored safely either in a designated wooden block or in a drawer where they are out of sight and reach. This prevents accidental cuts and injuries, so particularly for children who might be curious and reach for them. Second is never cook in loose clothes and keep long hair tied back. This will prevent long hair from accidentally catching fire. So loose clothing can easily catch on fire, especially near open flames like those on a stove top. So tying long hair back keeps it away from burners or hot surfaces, preventing the risk of it catching fire or getting caught in appliances. Third is never cook while wearing dangling jewelry. A bracelet can get around pot handles. So jewelry, especially bracelet or necklace, can get caught on cooking equipment or pot handles, causing accidents. So this guideline promotes wearing safe, non-dangling items while cooking. Fourth is always use a pot holder when handling hot objects. So hot pots and pans can burn you easily. So always use pot holders or even mitts to protect your hands. Fifth is keep pot holders nearby and use them. Be careful not to leave them near an open flame. So leaving pot holders near a flame can be risky because they could catch fire. Six is never leave the kitchen while cooking and keep the children away while cooking. So cooking should always be supervised, especially when using hot surfaces or oil. Leaving food unattended can lead to it burning, so overflowing or causing a fire. So children should also be kept away to prevent accidental injuries. 7. Turn pot handles away from the front of the stoves. This will prevent children from grabbing them. Adults may bump them accidentally if handles are protruding at the side of the oven. So this prevents children from grabbing onto the pot handles or adults from accidentally knocking them over. So it reduces the risk of spills and burns. 8. Avoid temperature-sensitive food setting out in the kitchen. Raw meat, fish, and some dairy products can spoil quickly, so refrigerate or freeze them right away. Some food like raw meat and dairy can spoil quickly if left at room temperature. Bacteria can grow rapidly, so this should be refrigerated or frozen right away to avoid foodborne illnesses. 9. Keep matches away from the reach of children. Matches should be stored in a secure place to prevent children from playing with them, which could lead to fire accidents. 10. Wipe up spills immediately. Keep the floor dry so that no one slips and falls. Spilled liquids, especially water or grease, can make the floor slippery, leading to falls. So cleaning them up properly ensures a safe working environment. 11. Have a definite place for sharp cutting utensils. So having a designated space for knives and other sharp tools helps prevent accidental cuts when searching for utensils or when putting them away. 12. Put heavy objects in the lower portion of cabinets. Heavy objects should be stored at the bottom of cabinets to avoid injuries when reaching for them or accidentally dropping them from a height. 13. Label all ingredients properly. Clear labeling ensures that you can easily identify ingredients, which helps with food safety, prevents confusion, and aids in following recipes accurately. 14. Turn off the gas tightly after every use. Always ensure that the gas burners or stoves are turned off tightly after use to prevent leaks that could lead to fire or explosion. 15. Clean up the liquids that spill on the floor. Spilled liquids should be cleaned up right away to avoid slipping, which can result in falls and serious injuries. 16. Avoid having consumptible material near the stove. Items like paper towels, dishcloths, or plastics should not be placed near cooking appliances because they are highly flammable and can catch fire. 17. Make sure the area is well lighted when working. So, good lighting helps you see clearly while cooking, preventing accidents and helping you avoid mistakes like cutting yourself or missing steps in a recipe. 18. Get rid of crack or cheap chinaware or glassware to avoid cuts. So broken dishes or glassware can cause cuts if handled carelessly. It's important to get rid of any damaged items to avoid injury. 19. Use tongs for removing food from hot water, hot oven, or hot oil. Tongs are safer than using your hands when dealing with hot food, such as when removing food from hot water, oil, or an oven. 20. Read accompanying operational instructions before using any equipment. So, understanding how to safely use kitchen equipment ensures you avoid accidents or misuse. This includes things like blenders, deep fryers, or even knives. 21. Separate the raw meat and poultry from other items whenever you use or store them. This practice will prevent cross contamination of harmful bacteria from one food to another. So, raw meats and poultry can carry harmful bacteria. Keeping them separate prevents cross contamination, reducing the risk of foodborne illness. 22. Wash your hands before handling food and after handling meat and poultry. Hands can be a virtual freight train of bacteria. Washing hands properly after handling raw meat or poultry is essential to prevent spreading harmful bacteria to another foods or surfaces. 23. Get a fire extinguisher for your kitchen and make sure you know how to use this before the fire breaks out. You cannot waste any time reading the direction amidst the flames. Kitchen fires can happen quickly, so having a fire extinguisher nearby and knowing how to use it is essential for safety. It's a critical tool for stopping small fires before they become big problems. Each of these practices is important for keeping your kitchen a safe, clean, and efficient environment to prepare food while minimizing the risk of injury, contamination, or accidents. Cooking is not just merely making the food edible, thus it is compromises a lot of aspects to take into consideration to make things go smoothly. Learning the basics is one of the vital baby steps that must be known when talking about cookery. It is not only about consuming and taking in the food, but it is also about the tools and materials, sanitation and safety precautions. So, cooking is an art that goes beyond just making food edible. It's about understanding the tools, respecting the process, and ensuring safety and sanitation to create something nourishing for both the body and soul. That would be all from me. Thank you everyone for listening.